comes to the ring with a fight record of 8 professional fights, 4 wins, 2 inside the distance, 3 losses and 1 draw. From Sheffield, Yorkshire, Dan West! And his opponent, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the white and blue, weighing in at 10 stone 11 pounds. He comes to the ring with a 100% fight record, 8 wins from 8 professional fights. From Bexley, London, Shaq, the Black Mexican!
The Black Mexican, there you go.
The action on this one is Mr. Chaz Buckley, your timekeeper of the bell, Mr. John Smith.
Go on your heads in, touch gloves, good luck.
So here we go, 4 rounds between Shaquille Day and Dan West. Shaquille Day in the blue and white, West in the black and grey. He's been taking a distance in all of his fights so far, Day, but that really is down to the kind of fighters he's been in with. He's been in against opponents who have come to go the distance.
Yeah, he's a good boxer, Shaq. I must have done 1,000,000 rounds with Shaq in the gym. He's got fast hands, he likes to move his head. And when he gets going, like I say, the Black Mexican, he will let them combinations go.
Good straight right hand. You know what I've noticed about this kid Day already? He's got really good balance, you know. Look at his balance. He's got really, really good balance. And he's got Eddie Lamb in the corner there, my old mate from back in the day when he was at Fitzroy Lodge and out the Lynn, and Alan Smith, who properly knows the game.
Yeah, I think they all share a gym together. I think Mickey's his head coach. Shout out Mickey in the corner tonight. Shaq is a good boxer. He's got all the skill. Not a massive puncher. He's not a devastating puncher. You can see on his record he hasn't got any stoppages, but he has got skill. And as he gets into longer fights with more rounds, that skill will serve him well when he might start to get stoppages then, because he can wear boys down. As he has got a good tank. He's got a good tank and a good engine in him.
How many rounds would you think that you've sparred with him, Richie?
Honestly, probably over 70.
Okay.
Sometimes he'd come down, we'd do 8 rounds together, he'd come back at the end of the week, we'd do another 8, and we've done that through the last year and a half of my career. We did a lot of rounds together. We'd go through stages where it'd be weekly.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was a little bit bigger than him. He's like a division below. I think I was middleweight and he was light middleweight at the time, so you know there's a bit of a size difference there, but he was a regular sparring partner, so when you've got regular sparring partners, you don't try to kill each other, you work off each other. If you've got some random guy...
You've got that camaraderie there.
Yeah, if you've got some random guy, you know, you go a bit more, but, you know, we're like getting on.
Nice bit of action on the ropes over on the far side, and West, let's not forget about him. He's got a winning record, 4 wins, 3 defeats, 1 draw, and he's come to give it a crack tonight. He's in good shape, you can tell that, and this is turning already into an interesting fight. He was doing some good work on the ropes away to our right, but as was Day, just sinking back into the ropes. Found a bit of room for a couple of right hands.
I like how every single piece of Shaq's kit is matching, even his boxers that he's wearing are matching. It's nice to see Shaq in a fight like this. As you say, you look at his record, he's got very negative opponents on there. Now he's got a guy with more of a positive, a winning record.
Yeah, yes, fair play to West. West is fresh, some good little combinations. Sneaky little uppercuts coming out with his left hook.
Yeah, it's a better fight for them both.
Doubling up that jab, but both of them just a little bit short there for Day, and then West just cut down his own space a bit too quickly there, but did find right hand, did find good distance with it eventually.
He's got to be very careful by doing the moves that he's doing right there. Because all it takes is one well-timed shot to make a difference. I like for him to keep his hands up a little bit more, but he has got really, really good movement.
The thing is, he does practice that in sparring. That is a regular thing. He's not just doing it in a showboat. That is how he boxes. And to be fair to him, he takes a shot fairly well anyway.
Okay.
He does take a shot well. I've seen him spar boys. Some punches, he gets hit and he steps back, shakes it off and gets back on again. Not that I would be advising him to do it, but it works for him, you know.
Fighters are often quite keen to incorporate Mexico or the Mexican into their nickname, but I'm afraid his will never rival Johnny Garton's, who's another boxer, the Mexican.
Never ever.
Mexican. He comes from Peckham and he fights like a Mexican. It's my favourite nickname of all time, and I don't imagine coming across one that beats that, to be honest. Straight on the jab at the start of the second round there, Dave.
I like to see stuff like that. He's come out very positive with that jab. He hasn't gone out swinging wildly. He's come out with a nice jab. We spoke about this earlier. It's a bit of experience would have took him to do that.
I'm saying Dave's got really good feet. I like his balance. And he's got chunky legs as well. So, you know what I mean? For someone who's got chunky legs and saying he ain't knocked out guys yet, I think, like, later on it will start to come.
No one's knocked him out either.
Yeah, exactly. But it's gonna come.
Yeah.
He's got very, very good momentum.
It's a good fight, this. West just looking to chop down with the right hand. Didn't quite land it. Good right to the body there from Day. Did just chip a right hand. Wasn't full force. He was just taking his feet back as it landed from West.
I mean, well, fair play to West, you know. As soon as West is up close, he's looking to bang that right hand and go over to the top with his right hand to the head. Good, another good right hand. You know what? Fair play to West. He does fancy this. Look at that very good sneaky right uppercut there from West.
Shaq looks nice. He does them moves and then lands that clean right hand at the end. He took two before, to be fair, but then when he landed that right hand, it was clean and it was nice. Sometimes I fear that Shaq don't throw enough jabs. He could set things up a bit more, but it's his style, and if he can make it work, it works.
You know, it comes with experience. Because as soon as he starts going further down the line, he'll sit down more on his punches and relax more. Right, but he's got amazing hand speed. But not only that, what I'm impressed with Day, he's got a very, very good punch repertoire. Really good punch repertoire.
If he can slow this guy down and get the guy to sit down for a second, you will see he does a lot of variety. He will.
Yeah.
He'll throw a combination, he'll step round, change his angle, pivot round, throw body and head, and then pivot back round again. He does do that, and he does do it well.
Right. But what I like about Day is, like, as he pops his jab, right? He pops his jab, and then as soon as the jab comes back up, he puts the left hand straight up cock because he's expecting a right hand, so he's there to block it.
Just finding room for the uppercut on the inside there, Day, as well. And West is trying to put some real pressure on him in this round. Really trying to step on him and see if he can make an impact, but he's not managed to do so just yet. Good jab followed by the right hand there from Day too.
You can see with Day, like, he keeps on, he's chipping away with his shots.
Nice right hand.
He's chipping, yeah, very good. And again, beautiful. And the left hook on top of that.
Two right hands, clean, and followed by the left hook. Lovely work.
And I think they did have a little bit of an impact there.
Good shot.
Another good right hand follows it up against
West.
West.
West's enjoying himself.
West is in a little bit of trouble here, I think. He's throwing back still, but he's leaving himself slightly open, looking for the uppercut. And there's the variety. He's trying to keep his head on the move there, West, which is the right thing to do. But this is difficult for him.
I really do like the look of Day. You know, I really do like the look of him.
Turned the screw nicely in that round, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. And it's not that. It's like, I think, like, in the first round, he was trying, you know, just to get into it, and now he's set into his groove. And now he's set into the groove, you can see how he's picking. He's got very, very good punch selection. He's picking the shots really well. And he's found out that right hand works. And he said, okay, then I'll set it up, and then what he'll do a little feint with his shoulder, and then he throw the right hand. So you're concentrating on what's going to happen, like he's going to throw the jab, he comes over the top with the right hand, and he's done it like 3 or 4 times on the trot. So how was sparring when you used to spar with him? How was it?
Yeah, it was nice. Like I said, I'm a bit bigger than him, so, you know, a bit taller than him, a bit bigger than him. I just try and keep him on the end of a jab, keep on the end of a jab. He does a lot of moving, a lot of turning, a lot of pivoting, so I just try and keep him on the end of a jab, let him walk into stuff and stay back on my toes. But he's a busy fighter. When he gets in close, he will work hard, pivot round, and he'll make it count when he gets inside. He will make it count. Like you see in the last round, he knows how to land a clean shot. He's not a monstrous puncher. He landed some very clean shots, and you can see he's not a monstrous puncher by the lack of response from his opponent, but Shaq does know how to land them. And I think when he's doing longer fights, that will serve him well. He's not wasting energy trying to kill anyone. So throwing them shots, he's knocking out the points, he's landing clean shots. When he gets to round 6 and 7, this opponent's thinking, I keep getting it with clean shots. The ref's seeing it. He lets combinations go, and that's when he'll start to tire his opponents and wear him down. And he's got a good engine, so he can do it for a 10-rounder.
It's the second half of this one. This is the third round now, scheduled for 4. Shaquille Day in the blue and white, Dan West in the black and grey. And West started the round aggressively again, and he's still looking for that right hand. He's not really landed it though. It's slipped over Day's shoulder most of the time. He's happy in close, Day. That kind of close is safe adage is one that I think he certainly believes in.
Shaq got hit of a low one there by West. Sure it was accidental. Shaq doing a little dance there.
Nice jab
Beautiful
from Day.
move. Beautiful move.
It's Shaq's swag. He's got a swag, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Star quality, you know. Moves his feet, looks class.
He has.
And West just doing his best to trap the left hand there of Day, but still just able to make some room for his right.
Shaq looks the classier of the two though. West looks good, he's doing a lot of good work, but Shaq, see, caught that on the gloves, rolled off with the shoulder, looks nice and neat.
He's in very good shape, West, which is what's allowed him to keep his upper body on the move and dip from the waist, which has meant that he's successfully slipped quite a lot of punches, but he's not really managed to land anything.
That's the thing, Shaq's hard to land on clean when he moves that way.
That was a decent uppercut there from West. I'm not sure how clean it was, but it looked good.
It was clean. It was clean enough. It was clean enough.
Body
But
shot.
I'd like to see West like press more because he's getting success when he's pressing.
A good couple of punches there as he just kept it a little bit longer. He snapped out the jab and then looked for the right hand, but for the most part, he's kind of stepped in and looked to fight at that kind of half distance almost, and I don't think that's really suited him because one advantage he may have here is that he's a little bit taller possibly with a slightly longer reach.
The thing is with Shaq, Shaq will like it in the pocket, he enjoys being there. That's when he throws combinations and he does his pivots. But West is doing a very good job of not making it messy, but stopping Shaq from getting in too much of a rhythm up close.
Yeah,
he's breaking the rhythm.
Yeah, he is breaking it. He's breaking it by as he presses forward. As he presses forward, he throws that uppercut in, and there's a lot of power that's generated. Because look at his body. You can see like this kid trains. You know, don't just look at West like he's come to make up numbers. He hasn't come to make up numbers. You can see the ambition, but then sometimes the ambition gets taken away from him when your guy Shaq hits him with that right hand.
Shaq's making it awkward for him, and fair play to Shaq. That's what he's here to do, and he is. And West is here. He's trying to make a big fight out of it. I think just Shaq's just a little bit. At this stage, for me, Shaq's just a little bit too slippery for him. Not that West, because it's one of them fights where it may end where Shaq wins every round, but it's not. That's no reflection of the fight because West has been in the fight for every round.
Yeah, he's been competitive.
But I don't think he's winning. I don't think West is winning the round.
No, he hasn't. But he's made it. He's made it competitive because he's trying to press and he's trying things. But your guy Shaq is a little bit too slick for him.
Fourth and final round. Of the 8 fights he's had so far, Day, 7 have been over 4 rounds. He's had just a 1-6 rounder, so I'm sure that's something he'll want to address in the near future. This is just his second outing of 2018, only boxed twice in 2017. After 5 appearances in his first calendar year as a pro, it's a problem getting out often enough, and gaining the ring experience is an issue for young fighters. West again is looking to try and get on in this round and rip that left hand to the body.
Again, West is doing some great work getting Shaq on the ropes, but Shaq is just smart on the inside. He's smart. He's managing to avoid the bigger shots.
Yeah, he's cute. The kid's cute.
Looking for the jab again there, Day, and then just rushing in, falling in West as he just kind of walks after his hands a bit. The work rate is still high from both of these.
Nice 1-2 there from Shaq. That was clean, that right hand.
That right hand hurt him, you know. I saw a little dip in West's legs there. Good head movement there from West, and he just tries to come back with a good right hand from West.
I think West has good head movement, but Shaq looks so class with it because he has the feet to go with it. Yeah, whereas West slips and rolls shots just as well as Shaq. but his feet stay stationary, so it doesn't actually look as class as what Shaq's done. Shaq makes it look brilliant because he moves with it.
He does. His movement's effortless.
West just looking to try and wrestle with Day there and push him back onto the ropes if he can. Good jab. That's just good, sharp jab there from Day, who just turns his man in the centre of the ring. But West again just looks to try and jab to the midriff. He's always trying. Big right hand. And then a nice left hand landed there from West. And then he got clipped himself, I think, because the knees just maybe just dipped slightly there.
The left hook's the key right now for Day. He should be trying that left hook. The left hook hit West, and it did. It made him stand to attention a little bit there.
Yeah, he landed a shot, and he knew it had been hit.
See, he's looking for it now.
Well, we expect him to get the decision here, Day, and it'll be interesting to hear what he's got to say after this, because, as I mentioned, he's not boxed a lot recently, to say the least.
I think that Shaq would love to move on to have longer fights now. I mean, it surprises me that he's got so many 4-rounders on there. He's fit to go 8, he's fit to go 6, you know. But his team and his management will have a plan for him, and I guess they'll be working towards that. Every time he has a break, he's going to want to fill that gap again with another 6 or 4.
Good fight between those two. West brought a lot to the party there.
It was, you know what I mean? You may see this like 40-36 throughout the way, right? But it's not. That's not the true reflection of the fight, because West come to fight, man. Fair play to him.
100%.
Some good skills on show from both of them, particularly Day, though. Picked up on that balance straight away, Spencer, and you're absolutely right. He's just got that easy kind of stance about him. Good foot movement, good variety of punch, and it'll be interesting to see what happens with him next, because he just hasn't boxed enough. This is his second fight of 2018.
He hasn't boxed enough, and I'm looking at him and like, he's a super welterweight. I reckon he could go down to welterweight, because he doesn't look big.
After 4 rounds of professional boxing, the contest has been scored 40-36 in favour of your winner, and still with a 100% record. 9 wins from 9. Shaq, the Black makes a big game.
So he gets it 40 points to 36 there. Shaquille Day, so 4-0, which is a little bit harsh possibly on West, but you wouldn't argue with it. Day did win every round, but not getting any reward there, West, for everything that he put into that.
Congratulations, you remain unbeaten. That was your 9th pro fight. You must have been pleased with that.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm very happy. Could have done a little bit better. Could have done a little bit more to get him out of there, but it is what it is. I haven't boxed in 6 months since I boxed here in March, so I'm happy to just be back out again. Before
today, you've only fought 3 times in 18 months. So obviously you've signed with MTK. Yeah. You wanted to be more active. 100%, 100%. It's why I signed with MTK, for the security purposes. Like, they're going to put on 10 shows next year. I want to hopefully fight again out in November. In the new year, hopefully fight. It got confirmed. Lee told me you are in November.
Exactly, yeah, so I'm happy. I'm happy to be fighting regularly. It was my first year as a pro, done 5 fights in a year, so couldn't be any happier with that. So I want to get back to that. I don't want to be stopping, starting. I'm not Floyd Mayweather or Canelo or anyone like that, so I'm just trying to get out there, trying to get my name out there.
Well, listen, it was a very good performance. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Back to you, Andy.